super important to give folks that have been on the street an opportunity to live the life, right? That they want for themselves. And when you've been on the street for a long time, that takes an immense amount of effort. And so Mesa was built really with the intention of moving upstream, right? How do we start working with these kids, really, these 18 to 24-year-olds who haven't had the opportunity to live a good, solid life, and say, okay, let's invest everything that we can in giving you that opportunity. Right. So, the space that Mesa has invested in does not look like a lot of the interventions that we have, currently. Right. We're on a 10-acre farm in Ojai, where we've built not, boxes to live in, really, really beautiful homes, and thinking about the whole person. Right. We're not just thinking about how do we put a roof over your head? How do we help you get a job?
Right. Well, that solves everything. That's what I feel like. That's what we all think is like, if you give a homeless person, well, just convert these hotels into, apartments. They'll be fine.
And it's really important to help people get off the street. No doubt about it. But I think that sometimes we look at that as like the existence of homelessness as a problem, right? And then that's how you respond to it. How do we remove this problem? Right. Not necessarily how do we humanize and treat folks the way, really simple stuff, right? How do we treat folks the way we want to be treated?
What I've been struck with Mesa, and I've been out and toured the property. It's how many tiny homes do you have out there?
So there are 10 tiny homes, and then there's a main house with a few more spaces.
And obviously it is the housing, but it's all the other stuff that comes with it. It's like job training, it's emotional support, it's therapy. To me, it's kind of unthinkable. We do, I do, when I look at homeless people, I almost don't see their humanity anymore. And you forget, right? And I feel like, but when I stop to think about what it must be like to live on the streets for years and years and years, the trauma that must put someone through, how do you recover from that?
I think for a lot of these folks, they've lost their own humanity, right? They've lost connection with themselves too. So when you're talking about, not humanizing someone, that's hard when they've oftentimes lost it themselves, right? So much of our work is how do we reinstill this belief that you're worthy of it all,
value,
right?
When you're treating people at the beginning of that journey of like when they're either just become homeless or maybe they're on the precipice of it and giving them, a leg up, so to speak, that really, the outcomes must be so different from that intervention than it is if they were on the street for 10 years.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. And that's the whole point,
investing in prevention.
That's where the investment needs to be.
Yeah.
Right. The longer you're out there, the tougher it gets, the harder it is to recover.
But the majority of services are directed at people who've been on the streets already, right? Is the Mesa program like kind of unique in the homelessness space?
From a baseline in California, we're investing a minimum of about 10% working with this population, kind of this 18 to 24-year-old population, right? So that gives you a sense of how much is being spent, kind of moving upstream, working with folks that are kind of most at risk of spending their life on and off the street, right? I think that that's right. I think that we need to be advocating for more investment. Going back to what Jeff was talking about in regards to mental health, I think that one really important factor there is that we're not just talking about kind of one pathway to mental health.
That's exactly right.
It takes a whole host of things. And I think we all relate to that. So trying to really think holistically about the issue, trying to see someone for all that they are, and encouraging them to see that in themselves as well.
Any intervention in mental health is not going to take hold if you don't have a sense of safety, number one, that you don't feel safe in the world. So whatever intervention we're trying to propose to a person or bring into a person's life, if they do not feel safe, then we cannot help them. The stability is completely relevant to safety. In the clinical world, they say safety is treatment. It is the foundation. Getting someone to feel safe enough in the world starts with the conditions in which they come into, the place they live, the culture in that place, how they move through it. It's not coming in and just being diagnosed, pathologized, told you're different and other. It's humanizing them. And they can't believe that we created that environment for them, and they almost can't accept it. It's hard to accept that that's for me or that I deserve that, because they haven't known that. Many of the people we've served never even had that sense of that. They don't even know what that, they don't have a language for it, a perception of it, a value of anything. They've just been told they're wrong their whole life, or they don't have value their whole life. And that's what it even feels like to be homeless, is you've just been devalued to the point where trying to help someone feel like they have value is the work.
Yeah. I mean, look, number one predictor of homelessness is housing instability as a young person, right? So when you're bouncing around and you haven't had time to get your feet settled on the ground, discover who you are, pursue that, life is relatively predictable. So we're taking an opportunity to pull back and reset.